Hey guys, it's May. So, are you ready? Because I am. I was so excited. Okay, so my name is Zakiya. Welcome to the Lady Wing Designs channel. Yeah, everyone's gonna head to the same spot for May. So it is, well, first of all, today is Wednesday, May the 1st, 2019. Stitchmania starts today, and for those of you who don't know, I'm using like every hashtag known to man. So, Stitchmania, Bapmania, big ass project, BAP, Craftmania because it's not just stitching. I'm gonna be knitting as well. Selfmania because I'm gonna get into some self care for me. So, yeah, it's just I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked, guys. Okay, so, uh, darn it, where did I just put them? Good grief. Oh, they're right here. Okay, so non-stitchy stuff first, and this is Retail Therapy. Sure, I popped it across the screen by now. So, any of you that follow me on Instagram and look at my stories, I post or repost a lot from Morgan Harper Nichols. I'll pop her name across here. And she just has like really inspiring words and she makes them into art. So she started, would you call it merchant? I don't want to call it merchandise, but I mean it is. I don't know if that would be like the right word, but anyway, I think it is. She now has merchandise basically for her stuff, and the website is the MHN shop, so her initials, which is also how she signs a lot of her stuff. You can see there. So she has also on her website she has a sticker pack for $5. You can get them individually for $3, but I wanted 3 of them, and the sticker pack is like, well, it was 10 at least. I don't know if it's that same price. So I just got the whole sticker pack. I'm gonna look through these because I remember when I ordered them, I said I didn't want to, and I was possibly going to like pass them on to you all. Don't hold me to anything yet. I still have to look through them. But I got sticker set, and I got this pin. So this is some of her artwork on here. This is like a deep teal turquoise, it's showing it more of a navy blue or black. But anyway, and then it says breathe right in the center there. So I got this, it's a pin, and I'm gonna change this into a needle minder, of course. Actually, where's the other bag of pins? Because that's what it should be in, so I don't forget. Alright. And I also ordered a print, a bigger print of it's a poster. I was looking for the word. So I ordered one of her pieces of artwork as a poster, and that just got shipped out yesterday. So it should hopefully be here sometime this week. But who cares? I'm vlogging all month, though. You'll see it. Okay, so that was the only not crafty thing, so to speak. So let's do cross stitch next because everything else is yarn and fiber. So last fall, like after fall fling, I made an order with acorns and threads. I don't know, I can't think this morning. Anyway, so I made an order with acorns and threads, and there was a bunch of hullabaloo. Like they sent it and it was accidentally the wrong address, so it went back, and then in the process of it being there again, I was like, hey, can you just add an extra pattern for me? And then they sent it back. So the 3 that I had ordered after fall fling, no surprise here to anyone if you know me, I ordered autumn acorns and autumn squirrel from Janine McGowan of the Blue Flower. I love these. I, yeah, I love autumn. Anyone that knows me knows that. So I'm stoked about those. And then Snail Santa. I need this in my life. So this is by Barbara Anna Designs. It's called Christmas is Coming, but I want to say on Instagram the hashtag for this one is Snail Santa Sal, or maybe I don't know. I do know that it's in the Tiny Rider Sal though, because Tiny Santa riding a giant ass snail. So yeah, apparently I've got a snail affinity or something. I don't know where that came from. And then the other one that I told them to add, of course, was Quilting Bee, also from the Blue Flower. Yeah, I am not even a fan of bees in real life or necessarily in cross stitch. Some of the bee patterns that I see sometimes, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. I would maybe stitch that. But then I'm like, but you're not gonna hate up. Like, I don't care about bees like that. And summer's not my favorite holiday. Good grief. Summer is not my favorite season, so like I'm not necessarily drawn to that. But yeah, I love this. I love this so much. And for anyone who hasn't seen this before, this blue fabric. Michelle, did you say that was Tula when you were talking about this? Guys, I spotted Tula fabric on a knitting podcast the other day, and I like died after I did. I was like, oh, that's Tula fabric. And I was like, you didn't even know what Tula fabric was before a few months ago. Anyway, yeah. The things you come across, right? But yeah. So oh, this is not giving anything away. There's a picture, a close-up picture. So that's the actual stitching. So the blue fabric that's around it is the finishing of it. But I do love that fabric. It does match the piece so well. But yeah, and none of these are going into Mania, and which is probably a good thing. I'm also kind of sad though, because I would have loved to start Snail Santa, but it'll be okay. That's what, well, July. And we'll talk about why June's not on the table. Okay, so that's all the cross stitch patterns that I got. Thank you, Acorns and Threads. Definitely going to be supporting them more, of course. Okay, so next, well, it is next, but the rest of it is knitting and spinning related. So this is fiber that I ordered from created by LCB. I can't get my words together today. Created by LCB. I love her fiber. I've talked about her a few times before. This is the heel colorway. Ooh, okay. All right. This part is still not showing up correctly. So it's a super deep purple and it's gorgeous, but it's not showing up right. So I will pop in the picture that I took of it. It is stunning. Now this blue is, guys, it's perfect. And yes, if you're thinking, is that 996? Yeah, I love it. It's awesome. So I keep finding this apparently. I don't know how, but I do. 996, I mean. DMC color 996 for people that don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so yeah, I love this colorway. The name of it is Heal, like healing a wound. It was based off of gorgeous artwork by Flora Bowley. I'll pop the artist name up here. If you just type in Flora Bowley and Heal on Google, it'll pop up. And go to image search. It'll pop up, and it's gorgeous. So I got that. Just patiently waiting on a spinning wheel so I can spin it up. I'm really excited to try this one too because it's 100% Polworth, and I've never spun Polworth. Okay, Next, I'm just going to hold this up. I won't take these out. I got a sweater quantity during Teeny Button Studios, I guess you could say, like, big sale. Or, not sale. Good grief. That's not the word I meant. Update. There we go. She had a really big yarn update. I think that was right after DFW, which is a fiber festival in Dallas, Fort Worth area. Yeah, so I got this and a couple of other skeins from her. So this colorway, I need to turn it. This colorway is Dementor's Kiss. Yes, it's a Harry Potter reference, of course. Almost everything I get from Robin is a Harry Potter reference because her Harry Potter yarns are amazing. Yeah, this is her soft sock base, so 75/25 merino nylon. I'm really stoked. I already know what pattern I'm using it for. So, matter of fact, I just ordered 2 sweater quantities, guys, and they're both gray. Anyway, and I had the pattern for both of them before I ordered the yarn, obviously, because I need to know how much yarn I needed. Doesn't matter. Or actually, this one was already a kit. That one I did need to know how much I had to order. This one was already a kit. Sorry for the crinkling. Let me turn it around so you can at least see the name. So this is from, you can kind of see it, Creek Garden Crafts. She's in Canada. Okay, everyone look at the color, and then I'm going to sit this down. It's a light gray. Alright, because it's like hella crinkly and I can't. So, if anyone watches Cozy Up Knits, their channel used to be Cozy Up with the Stitchin' Sisters, but they're now Cozy Up Knits everywhere. Lovely Canadian sisters. I love them. They're some of my favorites. They released a new pattern on Sarah's birthday last month called the Shrug Again. Well, I'm not going to put that on screen. Shrug Again, like a shrug plus a cardigan. That's how they got that. So, yeah, I'm super stoked. I've been waiting for that pattern since they first started talking about it and showing it on the podcast, so I'm super stoked. So, and then of course I completely missed both, well, simultaneously the release date and Sarah's birthday because they released it on her birthday, which was saddening because I didn't get the 34% off. The cheapskate in me like could not deal with that, but I love them and I don't mind, supporting. So what? Plus, I was still gonna get the pattern anyway. I wasn't gonna wait for another coupon, so it didn't really matter. But yeah, this colorway is, and this is the yarn base. Actually, this might be the exact yarn color because I know that they did a gray. This might be the exact gray. But this is the exact yarn and base that they used in the pattern, which is one of the reasons I was really excited about it. It's 100% Pima cotton. The colorway is just called Neutral. Like I said, it's a light gray, but I'm really excited about that because that's going to be really nice to wear during the Alabama summer. So, my mug that I'm using right now. And I can't show you, maybe when I get to the bottom, like at some point, I might remember, pop back on and show you, but in the bottom it says #truth. Okay, so the last thing, is this it? I think so. The last thing that I have for retail therapy is, I'm trying to get, it doesn't matter. So the company, brand, good grief, is Emma's Yarn. And I've been wanting to try this yarn forever. I won't say necessarily that I remember when, like, Emma first started dyeing yarn, but I do remember, like, back somewhere towards the beginning, when she was, like, really starting to get popular and everything. Yeah, so this is really, really exciting because I've wanted to knit with her yarn for a while and I've heard great things about it. So I'm really stoked. And they don't sell individually, like from their shop or anything. They only do wholesale. But when you go to their site and you go to they have a page with a list of shops that, uh, what's the word, that stock their yarn. And one of the shops, I want to say it's in Florida. It's For Pearls. Yeah, pearls isn't Purl, like knitting pearls. Um, yeah, so For Pearls, and they have the entire, what was it they said? They have the entire like Emma's Yarn collection basically online at their store. So you just go on there and you order it from them basically, which worked out for me because I'm in Florida. So the shipping was just fine. Or did I just say I'm in Florida? I'm in Alabama. They're in Florida. You guys know what I meant, right? I don't even know what I said anymore. It's gonna be really fun. I always have a really fun time editing these things because I get to watch them again. And every time I'm like, what did I just say? Did I tell you guys? It's hilarious. I usually end up shaking my head at myself. Anyway, so about the yarn. Okay, so this one I bought to possibly design a shawl with. That's not happening. I'm gonna knit myself a miso shawl instead because I need one. And this is the exact color. I was gonna go buy more of a commercial yarn at Michael's, but I saw this and I was like, well, let's just get this because I'm already here. So, so the colorway is Cherry Merlot, and I love it's shown up pretty true to color. It's a gorgeous, I mean, honestly, Cherry Merlot, people, like, it's perfect. So, so the base that this is on is their Hella Hank, and I use that in quotes because this is it's kind of like more of a special thing. The base is 80-10-10 merino cashmere nylon, but this is a Hella Hank because you get 150 grams. So there's approximately 600 yards in here, and you can tell it's a bigger skein. I'm stoked. So I'm just it's in between the amounts of yarn that you need for the small and the large size on the miso. It's whatever. Because the one that I did for Michelle's daughter, that one actually came out to a pretty good size. Like, and that was the small, and I could have wrapped it around me and been pretty good. So, yeah, I think 600 around 600 yards will be perfect. And I love anything burgundy, so or maroon. It's a weird mix of the two. And then this other color that I got is called Yarn Husband, and I just love. I'm in love with this with the variegation, and anyone who knows me knows that I love speckled yarn. Like, I don't know what it is, but speckled yarn is, oh, it's my heart. So this is not really showing up correctly. I will see if I can maybe get a picture of it, or I'll maybe just snag a picture from Emma's site. But regardless, there should be something up here for you to see it because it's blowing out. There's some green in this, and it's blowing it out, but it's gorgeous. You can still see the variegation in that speckle. It's, oh, I love it. I love it. So this is going to be a pair of socks, and then I have a cardigan by one of the cardigans that Joji Locatelli has designed. I am going to get a sweater quantity of this to knit it in. Okay, I think that's it for retail therapy. Good grief. Let me pause right now so I can put all this stuff back up before I get lazy and don't feel like doing it. And then I'll come back and we'll talk about what's going down. Actually, no, we won't. We're going to come back and I'm going to do an April recap. I'm just going to get all of this stuff out of the way first, and then you guys can just enjoy my stitching. So give me a second, and let me get my recap stuff together. Okay, so we're back. How is it May already? Like, I'm excited, but how is it May? So, as usual, I'm just gonna kind of crease this. I hate doing it, but I'm gonna do it. I have to cover this up because I have secret stitching, and I actually wrote the name of the pattern on here, so. Okay. Yeah, so here is my daily tracker for, just making sure that's the only thing I need to cover up. So yeah, here's my daily tracker for April. It was a better month. So you can see Hogwarts Castle. I got most of the way through the month, and then it tapered off. So yes, I am out of the quarter to 90-day challenge already. It sucks, but whatever. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. And then, yeah, picking up a couple projects that I haven't touched. And then down here, I had a couple new starts. This is the secret stitching. And then the other new start that I had was November Cottage. So that's the daily tracker. What else? Okay, so Stitchathon, I already showed you guys this one in the March one, and I did 200 stitches in the other, in the second Stitchathon that April had, so I didn't even bother writing it down. Yeah, so just 1,000 stitches for that, and there's actually Stitchathon, the first one for May is this weekend, so it starts in 2 days on the 3rd. What else? Oh, so that was Stitchathon, which is in the Cross Stitch Finish Line Facebook group. This is Stitch from Stash, which is in the Facebook group of that name. Just making sure I go over everything. So yet again, April has fit on an entire page. Also, yet again, there were 0 finishes, so I didn't get any credit back. So it's all purchases. Somehow, 1, 2, 3, somehow. Also, yet again, this is kind of creepy. There are 4 entries here again. Like, I don't expect any. Wait, 1, 2, 3. No, I was right. I don't expect anyone to remember. So here's March, 0 finishes, 4 entries, and then April, 0 finishes, 4 entries. It's crazy, but yeah. I am closer to finishing a couple projects though, so hopefully soon here I can get some credit done. I'll go ahead and show you guys this because it's the start of May, so you can kind of see where I'm starting from anyway, since I'm vlogging. Adding my $25 budget for the month just barely got me back under $100. So the goal, the goal for this month is to really like get myself closer to some finishes because I need them, especially being that the first, because Stitchmania does run the whole year, but they split it up. So technically it's 2 different sessions. I don't know if that's what they call them, but it's basically 2 different sessions of Stitch from Stash. So January through June and then July through December. I would like to end up in the black. That would be great. We'll see. I basically only have 2 months now to fulfill that. So we'll see. Especially being that I'm going to spend this whole month working on BAPs and only one of them. Anyway, not important. Okay, the only other thing that I'm going to mention is School of Magical Stitches and Literature, of course. I only did 1 of the weekly homeworks. I didn't even do like this 2-day one that we just had where you had to work on your smallest whip. I didn't even bother because I literally did not feel like putting together my whip album. Yeah, just didn't feel like doing it. So, didn't do that. Not that I really care. You know, it's stitching. It's just a challenge. It's for fun. I'm not going to stress out about it. Oh, crap, that reminds me. Okay, we'll get back to this in a second. So, I hope I didn't scare anybody. Yeah, okay. So magical stitches, I only did one of the weekly homeworks, but I worked on a ton of extra credit in April. So yeah, I've already I finished 7 out of 22 of the ultimate stitchy extra credits, and I'm super stoked. Anyone that saw this, I'm just gonna hold this up. We're not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna hold it up. So look up if you want to know where I am on my ultimate stitchy challenge for magical stitches. I guess I'll read it in case someone can't read it, but we're not going to talk about it right now. So I've finished 7. There are 22 total. I finished 7. I have 9 of them planned out. I just have to like pick the project up. And then I have 2 of them that I'm currently like in progress. I just need to finish. So, and actually that number I think has changed there now. Uh, 8 planned, 3 in progress because I started one. Okay, the other thing that I'm going to say is knitting wise, I have rejoined, or okay, well, yeah, I rejoined the Harry Potter Knitting and Crochet House Cup on Ravelry. Super stoked. Um, yeah, I've talked about this before on the knitting podcast. I won't explain it right now because I want to get into this. So maybe, yeah, maybe another day I will talk about that and in another clip maybe. But anyway, yeah. So I was SOS student on sabbatical on leave basically. I was SOS last term because I just couldn't. Um, I needed to take care of me, so I let that one drop. Plus, I wasn't knitting a ton anyway. Yeah, so I'm back. I asked to be sorted again this term, and SOS, when you come back, like I had my sorting priority before I left, so I'm not sure if it's because it was only one term, I think maybe, but yeah, I didn't do any classes last term, but I still got sorted again because they still used the fact that I had sorting before I went SOS. So I'm really excited, and I was like, oh crap, because I'm having to get used to like remembering that it's a thing in my life now, and it's May 1st. Term just started over there. So, yeah, so I need to like go check on that and see what the hell. Oh, fudge sickled. No, no, I started knitting after. Oh, crap. I still don't think I can use it. Excuse me. Never mind. You have to, so just like in magical stitches, the cross stitch one, you can't start before, I think it's midnight PST that we're supposed to wait. So for me, that's 2 a.m. I don't think, because I went to bed before 2. Um, darn it. So I can't, oh, I don't want to rip out this test knit, but like I only have like 6 rows and I could totally use it for a class this month. I can feel it. So much yardage to be had there. I might have to rip it out again and restart, and I'm pissed about it. I might be doing that. Guys, you don't understand. I cannot waste yardage. That is like hella points. I can't throw that away. So, I know what I'll be doing with that today. Anyway, so, yeah, so let me just go ahead and show this. Because I keep mentioning it. I will be trying to work on this some today. I'll be ripping it out and starting over now that I've said that. I wish I had thought about that because I would have just waited. I was so excited to start yesterday. I would, which is funny because I had to cast on like 4 times. Um, darn it. I guess it'll be 5 now. I can't waste yardage points, guys. Oh, and Quidditch starts. Okay, anyway. So yeah, this is where I am starting on this test knit. It's just a giant, not just, excuse me. It is a giant wrap. And I'm super stoked. I am test knitting this for Sarah of Imagine Landscapes. I love her. Oh, that also reminds me, there's a new podcast of hers. She does an audio podcast with her sister Katie. There's a new episode up today. I need to go listen to that. I got a lot of stuff to do on May 1st. So yeah, here's the main color. I will pop in a picture here. I took a picture last night of all of the colors. So this skein, these are all Teeny Button Studio in the Gilmore Girls collection yarns. I showed you guys January and February last time. So this is February when it's caked up. Suki Loves Jackson. There's a bunch of green in here. You guys probably aren't catching it. The color 2 for me is I Smell Snow. And in the pattern you have to split one of the cakes in half. So I've already done that. And then the other color, so I hadn't received March's colorway yet. Hopefully I put up 2 pictures there. I'm sure, hopefully I remembered to put up 2 pictures. One before I had caked up the colors so that you can see this March colorway. The name of it is Luke's Diner. And then I'll make sure I put in the caked picture also. So maybe I waited until right then to put the pictures in. But yeah, I love this. The blue is a little more tealish, turquoise, or tealish, like it has a bit more green in it than what's showing up here. But I love it. So anyway, that's what I'm using for that. So that basically this is like my knitting start to Mania. This is my new start on this is gonna be my new start on the 1st for Mania. First knitting wise. For stitching wise, okay, really? My hair like loves this fabric and I can never get it off there. So I don't have a picture of this one because it's just the pattern. So if you guys, I've mentioned her before, Candace of Slub Lover Stitches. That's her Instagram name and the name of her, and the name of her FlossTube channel. She's also a gamer, which I just think is super cool. I'm not one of those people, but my brother is a huge gamer, so I won't say that I can relate, but like sometimes I can kind of understand because I've been around my brother, right? Let me put it this way, my brother, and I use the term nerd endearingly because my family, especially me and my brother, I feel like we are nerds. But yeah, so he's the type of nerd. A few Christmases ago, like it's been forever now. Um, he asked my dad to help him build a supercomputer, a gaming computer, basically. Like that's my brother, okay? And that was when he was that like early high school for him? So yeah, he's a gamer. So I kind of get it. Anyway, how did Candace? Anyway, if you go watch her video, she shows in one of her finishes that she did. She showed a coexist piece, and it's a free pattern. Go contact her. Don't ask me to necessarily share it, only because not that I feel like she should do it. I'll ask anyway. So if you would like it after you watch this vlog, let me know. I don't know. I'll see. I don't want to like pass around someone else's work. Is my point. It is a free pattern. It's from I don't remember their name now, but it's from one of the Twitch users that she followed on there. So I'll have to ask her about that because, like I said, I don't want to just. I mean, it is a free pattern, but I don't want to just pass out somebody's work like that. Especially when I got it from someone else in the first place. So this also is not showing up right because the fabric's green. It is Thistle from Color and Cotton. It's the fabric of the month that I got for February. Nothing on it. You can see my needle. I've marked where I'm going to start. I'm going to be putting this coexist piece on this piece of fabric. And I'm super excited. It's a gift. I'm not going to say for who. Although they might be able to guess, but whatever. I don't think they watch my videos, but I know they look at my Instagram. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm super stoked about this. I have it on my 8 by 11 Q snap that I rigged. And if anyone's wondering how I do that, you literally take an 8 by 8 Q snap and an 11 by 11 Q snap, take two pieces from both and put them together like a regular Q snap. Yeah, I love this size Q snap. I also really need a lap stand. Have I mentioned that? Um, yeah, so I'm gonna get to working on this because I can't show you guys the pattern, unfortunately, but I will show you the colors, which I'm really. Oh, this is the Love You More Studio sleeve that I'm keeping it in. Butterflies. I love it. It matches my floss buddy. Let me grab all this. So, that's a blank bobbin because I have to wind up my black still. There you go. You can see it. So it's literally a rainbow. As in, it literally does Roy G. Biv, and then, plus white and black. So I'm super excited. So that is my stitchy start for the day. Now, if anyone paid attention to the calendar beforehand, I don't know if you did or not. I probably won't pop in a picture here. But on there, at first, I had it where I was just going to, every day I was going to work on Hogwarts Castle for 30 minutes and then temperature quilt for 30 minutes. I'm not going to do that. I changed it. So instead, and this is on the calendar so that I would remember, I think it's an hour for both of them. Or maybe it's 30 minutes. I need to go back and check now. But basically, I'm going to work on Hogwarts Castle for 30 minutes to an hour on the days that I have a new start. So it's kind of like, okay, if you want to have this new start, you have to get something done on the castle, right? Because I keep saying I want a page finish, but I never work on it. And then Temp Sal will be, I'm going to work on it at least an hour on the days. I do know that one's an hour so that I can try to catch up. And that one I'm only going to work on the days that I work on whips. Okay, technically, right? New start today, whip tomorrow. Not counting it like that. On my calendar, coexist is a new start, period. So all 4 days that I'm working on coexist, I have to work on Hogwarts Castle. And I'm going to make myself do this first so that I can get it done, right? I'm going to make myself earn it. So, yeah. So that's what I'm about to start doing. I need to work on Hogwarts Castle for a little bit. I'm going to go apparently listen to Sarah and Katie. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna knit today, but I will get to that at some point. Probably later. I need to sit down and look at all the classes for the House Cup. This is gonna be super confused. Well, it's not. Okay. I'm just gonna say this now. House Cup is the knitting one. Magical Stitches is the cross stitch one. Not too difficult, but it's gonna be like a bunch of Harry Potter thrown you guys' way if I start talking about them a ton. So, yeah. Get ready for that. But, I mean, you guys should be used to all the Harry Potter, right? So, um, yeah. This is already like 41 minutes. Ask me, do I care? No. This is better, though, right? The rest of them, I think I can make them short enough because I'm just going to be showing you guys my stitching and my crafting. Also, since the other clips are deleted, it won't just be vlogs. Probably at some point, if there's like a bit of silence maybe in between like two videos of me talking, maybe just glance up. I might be popping some pictures in so that I can try to cut down on screen time. So like when I restart my knitting, I'll just take a picture and I'll pop that in later, like after this clip or something. Stuff like that. Yeah, so it's the morning of the 1st. More than likely, I'm not going to come back until tonight. So that's what's going to make it easy. I'm not, I'm going to come back tonight, show you where I am. Tomorrow, I might not even start the day off like this. You know what I mean? Because you guys already kind of know what I'm working on. I don't know. We're going to play it by how it goes. This first one's going to be a trial run just because I hadn't really gotten into the crafting much the last 2 days that I deleted. So hang in there. It's going to be a bumpy ride probably for the first couple videos as I get used to this, but enjoy the crafting. So, I hope you guys are having a great start to Mania, and I will see you in a couple seconds. Good morning, everyone. It is May 2nd. Yeah, it's morning. Barely, it's like half an hour until noon, but yeah, so I did not come back to do an update last night. So for those of you that might not have been looking up, I did indeed put in some pictures to kind of show the Instagram stories, some of the Instagram stories that I put up yesterday, and then I had a finish, as you saw. And just, kind of showing you part of yesterday. Like I said, cut down on some screen time. So I didn't feel like getting back on and showing progress or anything like that, but you do have the pictures, and to help you kind of be like, oh, what's happening, I put in um, some music. So I really love what's happening with my music right now because I think what I'm going to do for Mania, I started using new music for the intro to the knitting podcast, and it's really like light and happy, springish especially. So I'm gonna be using that as the title for these videos, like the opener for the videos. And then the floss tube one is just like it's not a bit, like it's way more chill, just kind of like in the mood, relax. So that is the music that you guys heard for the pictures. Soothing, go with the flow, but also, hey, there's music. It's hopefully gonna get your attention, so that you won't miss the pictures. But anyway, oh, I can stop now because I'm in a new room. So, um, you will also have seen during the editing of the last video, I was like, yeah, no, I'm restarting that shawl now while I'm editing, and indeed I was. I am gonna try to edit each day's clips like the next morning or maybe even that night, so that I'm doing it as I go and I don't have to go back and write show notes at the, oh my gosh, guys, I can't. So I'm editing and writing show notes as I go, and I started, hopefully I'm going to work on this every time that I edit because it's easy knitting, and I won't have to think too much. And like if I have to stop and type something in for editing, I can sit it down and all that jazz. So anyway, I showed this to you guys yesterday. You will not be able to tell any difference, except maybe my tail is a little bit longer. But yeah, you won't be able to tell any difference. But I did start over. I ripped it out when I started editing, recast on. I didn't take out the slip knot. That's why I had to keep starting over a bunch yesterday, because you start with a long tail, and I like my tails to like be enough that I can weave it in securely, but I don't want it to be a ton. So, not too long, not too short kind of thing. So that's why I had to cast on a ton, because I was not happy with it. So yesterday, or today, this morning, earlier, when I ripped it out, I did not take out the slip knot. So, yeah, it wasn't like completely, but all the other stitches were gone. I kept the slip knot so that I didn't have to fiddle around with it again. Yeah. So it won't look any different to you, but I am now ready to start the main area of the pattern, which I think I'm going to do a little bit of after this while I watch a podcast. So, okay, yesterday I had a finish. So I was like, oh, pause. Pause. Let's go back. That didn't happen first. So and again, with the editing, I corrected myself. On the calendar, I had it backwards. Temperature Sal is the one that I work on the days with new starts. And here's my logic behind this, because I was thinking about it and I love my logic. Um, so my my stitching for this month is mostly backs. Craftmaynia, so big ass projects. So they're gonna take a little longer, and I really want to get good progress on each of them, which is why they're all getting 4 days, or most of them. Um, so Temperature Sal gets 1 hour, like minimum, of work every day that I'm doing a new start. Because the new starts are new starts. Like, yeah, I want to get a bunch of progress on them, but they're new starts. So, like, I'm not going to stress too much about it. So, I have to work an hour on this every day. It's more time than Hogwarts Castle has to be worked on every day because I really need to catch up. So, you guys will remember there was this one color that, like, I didn't have it, and I didn't have anything that was a close substitute. So, for like a while. Well, back whenever, I don't even know when now. Probably sometime into February or sometime in March. I took the time to buy that color, just that color. Not any of the other ones that I needed. So like now that it's getting hot again, whenever I get caught up, I'll probably have to go buy some more. But I did buy that color, which is 964, and like I said, I bought this forever ago, but it's 964, and you can see it, all the little pops of blue. I love it. The light blue here. So I started filling that in, and I finished off January. So now January is completely done. Hold it a little bit closer. There you go. So you can see it's all filled in. I was in Tuscaloosa the entire time for January. So I also, like, as I was working down here, there was like one in the February one that was pretty close. So I jumped over and filmed that in. And then for February, I'm actually at the bottom of the month working on finishing it out. That's where I stopped off. So I'm going to pick that up right now after this vlog. Yeah. So that's where I got to on that. And then, oh, to finish my explanation, the castle, because it's going to take a lot longer, I'm not like aiming for a finish this year or anything. It's only 30 minutes every day, and it's on the days that I have whips, because I want to be putting in time on them, so castle is only getting 30 minutes. Anyway, and, oh, well, I'll leave this out. And I keep this project in my Charlie Brown Christmas Love You More Studio Co. sleeve. Oh, and that pattern is Temperature Quilt. I didn't say that. I'm sure I put it on screen. That pattern is Temperature Quilt by Stitchin' Mommy. So after I worked on that for an hour, and I set a timer too, which was really nice. I could not leave this alone until it got finished. And it's see-through, but it'll be okay. Like on the screen right here, it's see-through. But you can still read it. So this is Moon Phases by the Witchy Stitcher. And the words in the middle say, "The sun watches what I do, but the moon knows all of my secrets." And 16 count Black Ada, used one DMC color. It'll be on the blog. I'll link that. Oh, show notes. I'm still going to do, obviously, I told you guys already, I'm doing show notes as I edit. Show notes for this, just like everything else, will be on the Stitchy blog. Especially, okay, I don't know how exactly I'm gonna put in like all of my knitting notes. I usually link my Ravelry pages for that stuff in the Ravelry group, and people that aren't on Ravelry can't see my profile. So I'll figure something out for that. Let's not even go there. But yeah, the show notes, the link below in the description box will lead you to the Stitchy blog. Everyone can view that. So go there for show notes and all that jazz, details and stuff. But yeah, I finished this. I haven't put my signature on it yet, so I need to go back and do that. But whenever I don't know when I'm going to finish it. Definitely sometime soon, but I'll add the signature then. Oh, the big thing that I wanted to mention. Um, the words. I didn't really change too much. The only things that I really changed in the words, I made it more like some of the little strokes, um, that are done with the backstitch. I changed them to reflect what it would look like if I had actually written it. Um, so just, it's literally the little things. So let me see if you can maybe see this. So like the W here, there was a line down there at the bottom instead to, travel over. I wouldn't do that if I write it, and I would literally like stop and I would write the word in the air to check. I would just make a line over. So that's what I did. I just drew, did that backstitch over. The O's in do and of, I changed the little tick to face upward. The moon, I did the double like across the top again. I thought about putting it in the middle just so it could be Harry Potter glasses. I didn't. And then the biggest change that I did to the words in the pattern, she has like a print letter R, like just lowercase r. One, the rest of this is written as in like like nonstop, and I constantly write in half cursive. And I love cursive R's. So I literally just on the fly redid that R to be cursive. And I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Also, I love backstitching. Um, I feel like I've said that before. But yeah, I love backstitching. Did I say that yesterday? No, because I just watched myself. I didn't say that. So then after that, where is it? Good grief. Then I started on Coexist. Let's just be real, these vlogs are going to be kind of long, people. But whatever, it's mania. I don't care. Um, and honestly, I cannot upload a video every day. I know it would be easier, but like, So this is where I got to on Coexist. Before this clip, I put in during those pictures, I just Google image searched Coexist. I think I literally just Googled coexist and went to images because I was like, surely it'll be somewhere. So yeah, that's what it looks like. And it's not exactly that, but like the symbols and everything, that's what it is. So maybe that's where the Twitch person was inspired from. I'm not sure. Also, the pictures that I showed on there, I showed you guys the one that I put on my story after after the first was over. It was like right before midnight. So this is where I actually got to. I don't know where I was in that picture, but yeah, so I came back up and started working this way too. So this is the edge of the first page. It's really 2 pages, and then the third page has like maybe 10 columns on it. So this is the edge of the first page. I just stopped there, and then I started over here, so I came back up and went around. So I'm almost to the page end here too, apparently. And then I think I'm just going to keep going for right now with the blue onto page 2, and then I'll come back and start filling stuff in. Yeah, and this, like, it's going to be a decent size. Like, it won't be huge. This is on a 13 by 17 piece of fabric, so it's not that big a piece. So yeah, that's where I'm about to start working on that, and that's pretty much it for this update. Um, yeah, I'm sure you guys are looking at the timestamp and you're like, Zakiya, we're already an hour in and you've only shown us 1.5 days. Yeah, I know. Remember when I said that's why we're gonna keep putting the pictures in here? So I have no, I don't know. See, at first I said I was gonna go knit and watch a podcast, which I might still do so I can get this test knit started. Um, yeah, there will be crafting, people. Again, I don't know if I will pop in later tonight or in the morning. These these are really gonna be more vlogs only because like I'm popping in every day and showing you progress, not necessarily because like I'm actually like vlogging my life. I just don't have time. I don't, yeah, not social enough to do that. So, whatever. I figure this is still nice. You're still getting to see more progress as I go than before. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna go graft. And happy May 2nd. Oh my gosh, I'm so stoked. Mania. Hey guys. So, um, it's super early in the morning. It's May the 3rd. It's almost 4 a.m. because I'm just a night owl like that. But I do need to go to bed because I have some stuff to do tomorrow. So I do actually need to get sleep. But I wanted to show you guys this first. So this is where I got today on Coexist. I got almost all of page 2 done up here. It goes over a little bit more, but I got almost all of that done up there. So then I came back and started working down here. And I'm getting close to running out of, this is 995 that I'm using. I'm getting close to running out of that. So, yeah, I might have to go get some more of that tomorrow, actually. I need to remember, yeah, I'll probably have to do that tomorrow. Oh, and I don't think I ever said on here, but, Grime Guard is from, Silver Moon Sewing. This needle minder, says I solemnly swear a lot. It's a play of the Marauder's map from Harry Potter. That's from Snarky Crafter. And I want to say I said the fabric. It's 32 count thistle from Color and Cotton. So yeah, that's where I got to on that. And then I picked up my knitting. So I got everything restarted today, and then I ended up having to rip out and cast on again because I don't know why. I know I'm a loose knitter, but I still tried knitting on the called for size needle, and that didn't work. So I am getting gauge now. Yeah, so you can see I'm using these first two colors that I showed earlier, and I'm just striping them. So I'm super excited, and this is the entire pattern. It's a giant wrap, and it's just stockinette goodness, and I'm super stoked. I literally, right before this testing call went out, I had literally just said I wanted another giant wrap, so really excited about it. I love the way it looks so far, and yeah, it's gonna be huge. So, oh, and this is, like I said before, it's a test knit for Imagine Landscapes. Love Sarah. Yeah. So there is that, and that's pretty much. It's really what I've done today. I spent a lot of good time on Coexist, trying to make up for not working on it as much Wednesday on the 1st. But anyway, I am going to head to bed for some much needed sleep, and I will check in with you guys sometime tomorrow. What up, homies? It is the 3rd of May again. It's what, like 14 hours later? Yeah, so the thing that I had to do today, I went to get my hair done and I got it cut. Well, oh my gosh, that's not attractive. Split ends, but also I just wanted it cut. And this side I'm actually probably gonna get, not back here, but like up here with my bangs. I'm probably eventually gonna poke my eye out. Probably eventually I will cut this shorter too. I don't know. It's summer. I live in Alabama. It's too freaking hot. Like, I literally can't. I'm kind of regretting the fact that I got my hair done today. I feel like I'm just going to be, like, sweaty and gross for the rest of the day because I had to send it under the dryer. So, that came out really under the dryer. There we go. That came out super frazzled the first time. Anyway, so I'm just going to do a quick check-in. It's almost 6:30 in the evening, so I'm probably not going to check in again tonight. I will just check in again twice tomorrow because it's the 4th, so this clip will be ending. Anyway, so super... Oh, crap, I forgot to open that. I'll just show that to you guys another time. So, super quick retail therapy because I went to the mailbox when I got back. Look at this bag. So both of these things, I'm going to set that down, but both of them I got from Precious Knits shop. It's an Etsy shop. It'll be linked. Pretty sure it's an Etsy. Or maybe it's not an Etsy shop. Anyway, it'll be linked in the show notes. But check out this bag. I love it. I love it, love it, love it so much. It's huge. I mean, literally, like, fit 2 of my heads in there comfortably, people. Yeah, so that it's a huge bag, and I was laughing because I literally had just said last night that I needed a bag for my test knit because it has those 4 separate skeins, and it's gonna be a big wrap, so it's gonna, you know, need space to grow. This is literally perfect. So yay me for anticipating my needs. And then Precious Knits shop also does oh, there's a little tag so you guys can, I'm sure I've already put it on screen by now, but Precious Knits shop. And then these are what she calls skein coats. So let me just take this one for example. So you take your cake and you literally stretch the little coat to go around it. Keep in mind, this is like actually the first time I'm putting this around something, so this is very interesting. Nice. I love it though. So you put it around your skein and then it just keeps it together. So I don't really anymore, but like with this, I probably will get back to it now. If you pull from the center of the cake, we all know like it shrinks awkwardly as you know, use more yarn because you're using from the center, so it's going to fall in. And this will shrink because it's got a ton of negative E, so it'll shrink with the cake and keeps it nice and tidy. It doesn't have a bottom, but like I don't mind. It does make it a lot easier to get on too, so I love it. And it just has a watercolor cacti on it. So yeah, that's that. So that's the knitting haul. And then cross stitch wise, I ordered from 123 Stitch, and I still have an outstanding item that they need to send me. But I ordered Lizzie Kate. I think it's just Lizzie Kate the yearbook. And this is November, December. I'm not doing this whole series. I only got it for November. I'm not even gonna stitch December. So it is really nice. Let me see if I can. It's my pattern now, but anyway, or my copy rather now. So you can see the little charm that it comes with, and luckily that is in the November one. So awesome, totally works. And then for the single step sow, which is the pattern by Stitch Rovia that I talked about, we're gonna start that stitch along on May the 25th/26th. It's high tea weekend. Yeah, so I bought 32 count vintage Sahara linen for that. And you can't see the variegation, but I love this. It actually is like, it's a little bit darker than my walls. It's showing up the same color as my walls here, but it's not. It's a little bit darker. I love it. So I cannot wait to start that. The original pattern is stitched on white, but I just wanted it to look more parchment-y, like, you know, like a really old, like, proverb or saying or something. Yeah, so, okay, so that's that for the retail therapy that I picked up. And then the next quick thing that I wanted to mention, because I forgot to do it on FlossTube 10, and I've posted this on my Instagram, so if you've already seen it there, you already know about it. But the lovely Sally of Caterpillar Cross Stitch asked me if I would want to participate in her Hello Pumpkin stitch along. So the stitch along, and she messaged me the other day and said that my package is on its way, so I'm super excited. This is not the first kit that I will have like received and obtained, but it will be the first kit that I'm actually gonna like break open and like use and get into and everything. So that will be really exciting. Yeah, so it's Hello Pumpkin, and I'll link my Instagram post because you can check Instagram from computers. So I'll link the website for Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I'll link my post if you just want to like see it super quick. No, I won't. I'm gonna link Sally's video because she did a whole video on this. So I'll link her video on YouTube, on her YouTube channel, so you can go get more info that way. But I'm super excited. It's autumn, which is my favorite. It's gonna be here and happening during June for Thanksgiving and June sale. I'm so excited, and I just thought it was so sweet that she's like, "Hey, do you want to, participate?" I wasn't sure if I probably wasn't gonna buy the pattern and everything during pre-order, but like I definitely was getting this anyway. And for those of you who maybe are like, who's Caterpillar Cross Stitch? The Adventure Awaits map that I did, that was a Sal that Sally did last year. So, Sal's by Sally, that's funny. But yeah, so really excited about that. I wanted to mention it. Pre-orders are currently open. The Stitch Along starts on the 15th, I think, is the right date. I want to say it's May 15th. Yeah, so I'm hoping it'll get here at least a day before it starts, but if it doesn't, it's fine. I'm sure I'll be so excited that I might even have to rearrange my June plans, which I haven't. I've started like pulling out from memory, right? Like writing them down and everything. Like I should work on this and looking through my stash of electronic patterns. So I don't know what's going to happen in June for that. I feel like I'm basically going to do another Mania, but it's all going to be autumn. Honestly, I think that's what's going to happen. But anyway, so, yeah, check that out if you're interested. I am super stoked. I'm really excited. So, and yes, that kind of was like advertise, little session, but like we advertise the things that we think are great and we want our friends to use, right? So that's what that is. Okay. So then where is it? The other thing that I'm gonna mention super quick. So after I finish filming this little clip, I'm gonna go edit, and I'll probably knit on, they're right here, knit on these socks, continue. I'm knitting a pair of sample socks for a free vanilla sock pattern that I'm gonna put out soon. Hopefully, well, it'll be this summer. So I worked on this while I was at the beautician, and I had already finished the heels, so I just did the few, they're going to be shorties, so I did the few little rounds for, I think it's like 15 rounds for my leg, and I just need to do the cuff, cast that off, get the second one going. So I did that today, and then, I already pulled it out. So I have already filled in the rest of February, everything up here that I needed to fill in, so I'm gonna, this was my goal for yesterday, but it didn't happen. I just was too tired. I really need to start getting better sleep, guys. She says, as it's Friday, and she's probably not gonna go to bed on time at all, because it's Friday. But yeah, so, I'm gonna try to finish up February today in the hour, so I'm gonna be working on this, after I finish the editing. I will put my knitting down, and I'm going to start my hour on that. Oh, fudge. I'm going to have to pick that up. So, after I finish the hour on temperature style, I'm going to get back to this. And nothing has changed. I haven't stitched yet at all today, like cross-stitch wise. I've done some knit stitches. Yeah, so nothing's changed yet on this, but I did want to mention, is anyone doing Letter of Fortune? By is anyone doing, I mean, are any of my viewers, watchers, you know, whatever, are you guys doing Letter of Fortune in the Semi-Sane Stitchers group? If you are, let me know so I can go like stalk your phrase and your progress, right? I love Wheel of Fortune. So Letter of Fortune is basically based off of Wheel of Fortune, but instead of using okay, everything's fine. Guys, okay, look at this. I have everything like precariously perched. That is so, it's so pathetic. I'll fix it. I'm gonna have to because everything just fell. But yeah, it's basically a stitchy version of Wheel of Fortune, and super excited. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I feel like it's kind of gonna work like what was the other game I did? Like the Monopoly thing worked. I feel like it's gonna be the same. I'm coming out the gates like super into it, super embalmed, and it's probably gonna taper off somewhere around the middle of the month. Because I'm like basically overdoing it probably, but whatever. I'm having fun. So I'm using Coexist for that, and then of course I am using it for Magical Stitches stuff. So in the pictures that I put up before this, you'll have seen, or maybe not before this, probably before the other clip. Uh, I've already finished two. It's May the 3rd, people, okay? Year 4 last May and June. I've already finished 2 of my Stitchy extra credits using Coexist. So, super excited about that. And I happened to make it fit for, I made it fit for one of the ultimate challenges, so I'll talk about that maybe on tomorrow's clip. I really just want to like get to crafting right now. So yeah, but I made it fit for one of those. And then I'm also using it. We're doing like Quidditch matches for the first few days of year 4, because if you have read the books or seen the if you have read the books or seen the movies, Goblet of Fire starts with them taking a port key to the Quidditch World Cup. So yeah, where it's like house versus house. Right now it's Gryffindor versus Slytherin, of course. Um, we caught the snitch for this match, like score. Yeah, but anyway, so I'm using it for all the things right now. I did double yoga this morning and it felt great. It was really hot because it's Alabama. It's just like it's super humid too because we're supposed to get storms this weekend, so that's great. And then like when I got up and came in here and was doing yoga and everything, boyfriend was cooking breakfast, which was great, but it made everything like hotter. So I mean, I literally was like dripping sweat, and whatever. I had a good workout though. So yeah, enough chitter chatter. I need to go figure out something to eat. I'm gonna edit. Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna start my evening by watching, after I edit, I'm gonna start by watching Caroline, because it's Friday, so she posted her Stitch with me today, so I'm gonna watch that, get into the Friday mood, and then hopefully boyfriend won't be back and I can watch Sabrina on the TV, but if he is, I might just pull it up on my laptop, because I want to finish season 2, The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, for anyone that like doesn't know what I'm talking about. It's on Netflix, and I love it. But yeah, so I will be back sometime tomorrow morning. We're almost done with this first rotation for Mania, and I don't know how to feel about it. But yeah, I'm gonna go get some good progress, so I'll see you guys in a couple seconds. What's up, guys? It is May the 4th. It is not morning time. Matter of fact, it's evening. It's 5:30 in the evening. Plus, I haven't really been crafting much since I filmed the last video, so we decided to go out last night. The only thing that I got done yesterday on Coexist was this heart and just the very beginning of the star. So I have started working on it again now, like just a few minutes ago. I'm kind of getting into my groove. Um, you know it's bad because I just I just finished watching Caroline's Friday Off the Grid video, and I try to start my Friday evenings like that. So yeah, I'm just feeling a whole day behind, but it's whatever. Yeah, so I finished up the star, and I'm now working on the like moon crescent. That's the word I'm looking for. Crescent shape that's over here. I'm super excited. So yeah, it's just nice to get another color in there. I really wanted to make some, yeah. The goal was to make like some really good progress on Coexist. And yeah, I've gotten a lot of the border done, so I'm not, I'm not mad about it. So I'm gonna see how much more I can get done on this. And then a couple days ago, yes, I think it was yesterday, I had this that I still had to open, and that was the poster that I told you guys I had ordered from Morgan Harper Nichols. So that's that's pretty true to color. Yeah, that's actually really true to color. So this yellow and the blue, well, yellow in general, not necessarily the shade, and then this dark blue are the colors of my bedroom scheme and my bathroom scheme. So I love this. And then, of course, I love the words on it also, or I would not have bought it. So it says, perhaps this is what this season is all about. Trusting in the unknowns, finding gold in the little things, trading fear of what's uncertain for freedom to thrive within it. I love it. So, yeah, I was gonna hang it up, and now I'm just like, well, it might not get hung up right now, because I'm possibly gonna move, so we'll see. Nothing, everything is up in the air. I'm not gonna, we're gonna pause. I don't know why I was like, yeah, let's roll this up on camera. So, yeah, we're just gonna pause. Okay, now that that's taken care of. Yeah, and then other than that, I had the tiny bit of progress on Coexist. I didn't really knit much. Um, the only thing that I did knit on yesterday. Oh no, I did show you guys that. The sock that I worked on, yeah. And that was pretty much it. I mean, nothing has happened. I didn't knit any last night at all. I barely stitched. So, anyway, just a quick little jump on. I didn't really want to wait until tonight. I don't know why. I figured I needed to kind of do some type of check-in, some type of before scene. So, I am gonna get stitching on this. Oh, that's a lie. I did do some other stitching. I worked the tiniest bit on temperature style this morning. I finished off the square that I was at. I still haven't finished February, but I will get to it. I just really feel like working on Coexist right now. So I did about 30 minutes on this morning. Most of it was not productive, but whatever. So I will check in tonight. Hey guys, last little clip for this first Mania vlog, which is probably a good thing because by now it's very close to 2 hours, and oh, that's not gonna be fun trying to, yeah, that's not gonna be fun. That's all I have to say about it. So, anyway, um, so earlier that was like super quick. Boyfriend was coming back in right at the end of that, so I just decided not to play the whole be quiet, let me finish the, like, whatever. Yeah, so that was Temp Sal, but no worries, you guys will, there's an updated picture if you go to the show notes, which are linked in the description box, and click through to, it'll take you to the show notes, which are on the blog, and I will update the temperature quilt whip page, so you can see where it is. But that's going to come out in another 5 days anyway. It'll come back out. So, what we're all excited to see. I'm so in love with this, you guys. So this is where I got to on Coexist. I think that's pretty good for 4 days. It really only feels like 2.5 days. Um, yeah, the first and the third were just like not very friendly to me on stitching time, but it's all good. Yeah, definitely gonna be pulling this back out soon. I love this. So that is where I got to, and it's technically the 5th already, whatever. I was determined to finish up some challenges. I wanted to finish my yearly extra credit for magical stitches. I had to get to 1,000 for that, so I finished that now. Oh no, I did. Okay, anyway, I need to remember to go post my ending picture. And then I was also using it for Letter of Fortune. I had to do 600 stitches because I guessed the letter O, and there were 3 of them in my phrase. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this. I'm so glad that I got, like, I was able to travel over and get this little point done. So, yay, I just have to, like, fill in all down here now. I'm really excited. So, I got 4 colors in there, and the orange is actually completely done. So, yay. Let's see. I didn't knit today at all. Told you guys about Temp Sal. Yeah, I mentioned in one of the clips from somewhere before this that Stitchathon is this weekend. So, yeah, I didn't really get to stitch yesterday or last night, so this really like started my Stitchathon stitching, and I'm stoked. I actually have no idea. I think, yeah, so I think all of the like the color part, the colors, blue is not okay. Anyway, the red, the red, orange, and yellow that I've done, I think all of that is what I've done for Stitchathon so far. But yeah, I love this sleeve so much, so much. Okay. Last thing I wanted to do for this vlog is some quick shout outs. So I have 2 for knitting podcast and 2 for floss tubes. Okay, so floss tubes first. Since we were just talking about stitching, I'll go down that path. So Mare Bear Stitchin', if you maybe even, I don't know, maybe you're like me and you follow her on Instagram and you have for a while and you just, I don't know, I saw a post on Instagram the other day, like, hey, just put up this new video, and I was like, why am I not watching her? And she only has, I think, like 6 videos, so because for me, I like to binge from the beginning. I was like, okay, let me go binge watch her then. It was great. I loved it. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So, her real name is Mary. I don't think I said that. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Of Mary Bear Stitchin'. So, yeah, go watch her. And all of these people will be linked in the show notes also. And then, they're not new to video making, but they're new to FlossTube. Oh, darn it. They're 2 sisters. Their channel name is they're the Crafty Toads, slash Toad Hollow, New Jersey. Darn it. I'm forgetting one of the sisters' names right now. It's Helen and Mary Beth. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Um, so Helen and Mary Beth, like I should know because I've actually binge watched most of their knitting podcasts. They're really fun to watch. Yeah, so they are a knitting. They're a knitting podcast. I don't know where my brain was going. And they just started their first floss tube, and in their first floss tube, they go over their Stitchmania plans. So yeah, go check them out. They're both the knitting podcast and that floss tube was really great. So totally recommend. And then for the two knitting podcasts, um, so one of them is actually a podcast, an audio podcast, um, and that's the Witchy Knitter. I think her Instagram name is also the Witchy Knitter. It may have dots in between. I don't know. I can't remember right now. But she's the Witchy Knitter, and I've been following her on Instagram for a while, and she just happened to be one of the. I hate to sound so conceited, but honestly, like one of the many people that I seem to have enabled with cross stitching, which I feel really great about. Yeah, so I enabled her hardcore, especially with the Witchy Stitcher, who is not enabled by Meg and her work. So darn it, and I forgot to write her name down, her real life name. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up now. But yeah, it was great. So we have a mutual viewer listener, and she actually shouted me out on an episode. So the viewer that also listens to her, not that one of us is more important, but um, yeah. So they let me know that she had shouted me out, and I immediately went to listen and loved it. Absolutely loved it. We'll definitely Allison. There we go. That's her name. She's witchy.knitter on Instagram. But yeah, so Allison. It was great. And that's the only episode I've listened to so far, but I'm definitely going to go back and listen from the beginning because we would totally be friends in real life. And then the other knitting podcast, which is podcast in the normal sense that I use it. I don't know why, but like knitting and crochet videos on YouTube, like we don't have like a knit tube, right? Which would also like it would just be weird. I feel like we would have to go with like fiber tube because there's just so much like there's the knitting and the crochet and the spinning and especially like a lot nowadays I feel like more and more people are being more and more multi-craftual. Anyway, so technically we have video cast in that community, but we just call them podcast. So, whatever. And then if someone actually has a podcast that's audio, we like specify and like no, it's an audio podcast. It's like doesn't make sense, but that's what it is. But anyway, the last video cast that I'm gonna recommend or shout out is the Fiber Friends podcast. So anyone that watches Caroline Off the Grid Needle Arts, you will probably know because she mentions them. She does a knitting podcast with two of her really good friends, Louise and Adrian. And I had been meaning to get around to watching them for a while, and I finally just literally sat down, took the time. Guys, more people that like I know if we met in real life, we would be great friends. If you need something to literally make you laugh so hard that you are crying multiple times, go binge watch them. It's just great. They laugh about the same exact joke every week, and it never gets boring. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, and if you already watch them, you already know what the joke is. It's like their thing, right? But anyway, yeah. So that's everything that I think I wanted to say tonight. If it's not, right after I finish this one, I'm gonna start the video for the fifth, so it won't matter. um, yeah. So first vlog of Mania. all I can say is I hope you guys enjoyed the movie, and definitely the rest of them will not be this long. Because I don't foresee myself buying that much stuff that's gonna get shipped in like that. So my shopping habits will not be to blame for a long video any longer. So, alright. I I actually still need to get my next project on QSnap, so I am gonna let you guys go, and well, I guess I won't see you in a couple seconds this time. It'll be a few days for y'all, but hang in there, and happy stitching. Bye, guys.